It's Check In with Gretchen. We're super excited to have our Nebraska cowboy here, Kyle Whitaker. Kyle, what buckle are you wearing and what buckle are you holding?
I'm wearing my Bill Linderman Award from 1997. That was the first one I won, and this is the 2018 one, which is probably the last one I'll win. So.
Congratulations, 10 Linderman Award winner. So now we know you as working rough stock and working timed events, but talk to us about Kyle the dad, because your girls are starting a rodeo.
Yeah, I've got Janae is a 14-year-old freshman. She's made the junior high finals the last 3 years. Now she's in high school rodeo in Nebraska. And then I've got Aubrey as an 11-year-old, and she loves riding horses. Every day after school, she comes home and gets a horse out of the barn, jumps on bareback, and goes riding all over the ranch. So that's pretty fun. And then I got Whitney is 7 years old, and she rides a little bit. And she's just starting to get into it. So they're, watching them grow up and get into it is just a blast.
So I caught up with you in Wahoo, Nebraska. Wahoo is kind of a July rodeo. How were you doing when it was coming to the qualifications at that point?
At the time, I was winning the Great Lakes Circuit and the steer wrestling. I mainly just concentrated on circuit rodeos this year, so that's how I was sitting. The other events, I was just trying to get my $1,000 in the bronc riding at the time, which took me longer than I wanted it to, but I got it made. So.
And what was special about Wahoo? I know you ended up winning the all-around, but what was the parent special about that?
My daughter Aubrey rode my calf roping horse in the barrels, and she made a really good run. I can't remember how close she was to the competitive times, but the crowd loved it, and she loved it. Just the other day, she asked me to get that video up again so she could watch it, because that's what she loves to do, and watching that is just, I love that.
So your dad handed down rodeo to you, and you're handing it down to your girls. And we also caught up with you at the Nebraska State Fair. And what were you doing at the Nebraska State Fair?
Janae, my oldest daughter, was in the high school challenge there at State Fair, so she made it into the barrel racing there. And I thought that was a great event for kids, a great event for the state of Nebraska. Those kids don't get to compete in front of a crowd like that very often, and that's great for them. Going on in their career, you have to learn how to handle a crowd and not let that bother you, not let it affect you where you are. You just got to make the same run no matter what, and so I think that's a great avenue for that.
Well, thank you so much for stopping down. It's the 60th anniversary of the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. We've got Kyle Whitaker, and go Big Red!